to the third Comedy on the Brain show. You've all seen what happens when one's alter ego runs around. Lovely to see everybody. I think most of you, some of you know me as Ted Montgomery, most of the time. This show started in 2010 with an idea to bring some laughter to my lovely wife Sarah's life. And Josie and I got together, and it soon became, let's raise some money. So we decided to do that. It was a lot of fun. And Sarah's been dead for a couple of years with a brain tumor. And this show is a fundraiser, as they have been. And I'm happy to say that again, we are sending every penny of the auctions and every penny of your tickets to local research at UVM. I'm really proud of that. Is that Lisa and Roland Gojak make this menu available at no cost. My man Ken French does our sound. There are a number of other people. Rose and Patrick are taking tickets tonight. Judy has been handing out programs, where she is there. Jesus has helped style the lovely tables. We have Jonathan and Stephen on the live auction, and possibly Laura, and I think that's everyone. Oh, not the... Yes, and how about Rita? Rita Burke. Well, it's great to have the Vermont Comedy Divas here. They've been at the other shows. There are three new women that I have just had the pleasure of meeting. I've been looking at their faces for weeks now on the posters, and boy, they're just better than their pictures. So, to open the show, Sue Schmidt will be coming out in just a moment. But I'd like to thank the Divas, and again thank David for coming here. That was well said. Well said. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Sue Schmidt. You know, you do what you can, you plan what you can. Let me try this again. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the stage, Sue Schmidt. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, sure. All right, look, let's try something. It's just, maybe we can make something happen.
Ted, are you serious? Really, Ted?
Really? Well, what else I have?
All right, no, so see what happens.
I got one of the audience members to...
Sure. No, just see what happens, Ted.
All right. Good. Let's see. Nice shirt, huh? I get a few jokes, I don't know. Let me try something that's been tried and true. The old abracadabra. Abracadabra, let me spin thee around. Show up for the show if you really want to. Okay, here we go. You see, I'm making this up as I go along. All right, we're going to turn this. Get it turning. I don't know.
life wanted a job that I could start my workday by saying, ta-da! Thank you for letting me do that. Welcome. What a great evening. We are so excited to be here. I do want to say I weighed about 100 pounds more when I stepped into that box because it is hot in the netherworld. So I want to just do a shout out to our amazing magicians, Neon Savage and Lady tonight, so you're going to see me a few more times during the evening, but I am not coming out of the box again, so that was sort of a one-time thing. That's not going to happen. It was a really bad moment for me to realize that I am just a little claustrophobic, and I get a little motion sick. It's kind of the combination that was not great. Again, thank you so much for being here. I have to say I did not know Sarah, so I didn't have the honor of knowing her, but from people I've talked to, there were two things that really just stood out about her, and one was her amazing capacity for love, and her other was her incredible love of humor. So I hope that we can fill this room tonight with laughter and love and just have that be a great memory to her. So thanks again. You guys, I'm guessing, have not been to a comedy show. Oh, because you're sitting right in the front row. Do you understand what that's going to mean? Yeah. All of them are like, he's got his legs crushed, they're got their arms crushed, they're like, don't come after us. Please don't come after us. But this is like a 25-foot cord, so even if you're in the back, doesn't necessarily mean you're safe. I am the oldest diva of the Vermont Comedy Divas, and so those of you that, was that a hot flash? Somebody was just doing this when I said I'm the oldest diva. This one went like, whew. And I've had a couple epiphanies. I was thinking this last week about coming and doing this benefit for brain research, and I thought, my brain is definitely different than it was when it was younger. And for a while I thought, your body sort of kind of starts to disintegrate a little bit. I hate to use that word, but that's what people say. It's like as you get older, it's harder to do things, and it's harder to keep your body maintained. I don't think that's true. And I came to this realization. I think for me, about 5 years ago, my brain decided that she had had enough of my body acting without her input. Because there were things at times that my body would do that my brain would say, don't do that. No. Bungee jumping, really? We're thinking we're going to do that? And so my brain finally said, okay, I'm going to stage a small coup. And so now, the last few years, this is sort of one of the games that my brain plays on me, which is what you think she said. And so I'll give you an example of this. So I'm flying a few years ago, and I'll admit I'm not a great flyer. I'm kind of anxious. I'm sort of a control freak. I don't like people in my bubble. I have a very large personal bubble, which got popped a few years ago. But I don't like people in it. And I appreciate the extra legroom seat, but I'll just be honest, I am a second-generation Italian, and I don't need extra legroom, I need extra ass room. And they don't sell this on planes, so I'm at a severe disadvantage because I don't have enough space, people are in my bubble, there's a lot of action words that happen when you fly. We want you to secure, we want you to fasten, we want you to stow. So I get on the plane, I'm already anxious. And what I think the flight attendant said was, in the unlikely event of an emergency water landing, please place your tits in the upright and locked position. There's only really two possibilities here. Now the first one is, and probably the more logical one, is that I haven't heard her correctly. And that's probably good in some ways, but in other ways not so good, because that means I've missed a significant portion of the safety group. And I don't know what to do in the event of an emergency water. So then I think, okay, what's the other possibility? And the other possibility is, I actually did hear her correctly, which also poses a significant issue for me, because at 51 years old, this is as locked and upright as my tits get. So I am clear at this point, in the unlikely event of an emergency water landing, I don't have the flotation devices that I need. So I feel like in this situation, I do what everyone would do in this situation. I don't think this is unreasonable. I begin to scan the cockpit to see who amongst the crew or the other passengers might have flotation devices that I could borrow. And if you're looking in from the outside, this sort of looks like this. And granted, if I'm the flight attendant, this looks a lot like scary, unstable behavior. So she comes over, and she looks at me, and she grabs for my seatbelt. And I think, this is perfect. This is the friendly sky. She is going to help me secure my belt. And she says, how might I assist you in restraining yourself securely? And I say, great. And she starts to tug at my seatbelt. That's what I thought she said. What she really said is, how can I assist you in deplaning without calling security? But my brain decides this would be a great time to play this game. So, long and short of it, I learned a couple of things from this. One, you can be actually escorted off a plane, believe it or not. And two, the drive from Milwaukee to Burlington is a lot longer than you would ever it looks closer on the map than you would think it does.
I like to drive down Route 7 this time of year and just lay on the horn. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's just because you can't go any faster because everyone's in front of you going slowly and there's no way out. No way out. So I'm just like... And then after a while, it just gets to be normal. My kids are like, wow, it's been going on a long time. Like, oh, no. And people start looking behind you, and you're like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I turn around and wearing a Richard Nixon mask. What? I can't get off this road. The geese are going the wrong direction. Did not expect that joke to take that turn. That joke just kind of wrote itself right there. Kind of. What was I going to tell you about? Oh, I forgot. I spaced out. Oh, so I recently had a little bowel issue. No offense, but judging by the age group in here, we've all had this issue together. Someone stared straight at me like, okay, yeah, me too. And I went to the doctor, and there was a nurse and a doctor, a male doctor and a female nurse, and they were like, all right, we need to get up and do an exam. And so I hopped up on the table, and then next thing I know, I was like, whoa, hey, that's private. You should warn a girl. And he was like, well, that all seems normal. And I was like, wait a minute. I pay $12,000 a year in health insurance. There's got to be more to it than that. There's got to be, you just swoop, and that's it. And everything's fine? I don't know. It's like when they took my cat to the vet, they're like, she has cancer and need to take a leg off. They offered me no proof whatsoever. None whatsoever. Just expect you to believe them. Oh, okay, sure. I give you $1,000 on my 4-legged cat. You take the $1,000 and give me back a 3-legged cat. That's a great idea. Do I get a takeout box? fine. I was like, really? He's like, well, we need some other tests. I said, what? He's like, we're gonna need a stool sample. And I said, didn't you just get You should check your glove. And the woman, the nurse, she sees how like awful this is for me, and she's like, come on, honey, I'll help you. She takes me to a windowless room. She's like, now we need the stool sample. And I'm like, there's not a toilet in here. It's just me and you in this window. This room. I saw you chuckle about that. You know what I'm talking about. And so she's like, no, here. And she hands me a canister. And it's a poop-shaped canister. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't care. Because I've had kids, right, at this point, so I can do anything. I don't care. Give me anything. I'm like, I'll poop in your canister. Yeah, whatever. And she's like, oh, no, you take it home. Totally knew that. I was not about to poop in that canister. That was not gonna happen.
Maybe you should be a writer. That's what a lot of people tell me. And then I tell them that I have been a writer my entire life. I started when I was a very young child. I've been writing in a diary. It's not published yet, but I brought them all to share with you guys. Starting with my very first diary. It even says so at the top. It's got a little guy with sunglasses, hot stuff, so probably gonna be a good read. I'll back up so we can all share. So I couldn't actually write at the age of 5 and 6 when this diary happened, so my sister wrote the words out for me, and then I filled in the blank. Excuse me. It's basically what I wrote in here, as you'll find out. I filled in the blanks, and it is good. Here we have, the pet I would like to have is a rabbit. If I could have a wild animal for a pet, it would be a raccoon, which are the robot versions of rabbits and raccoons, if you didn't know. Oh, I like this. Age 7. This is what I like about myself. I wrote, I don't have a wart. I have a best friend. I'm alive. And I'm as nice as I can be. Sounds like a good excuse to just be a jerk all the time. Like, it's as nice as I can be, so. Here in January, we have my best subjects in school are math. So at that time, not English. But my worst subject is lunch. Not sure how I screwed it up. Actually, this whole thing is like, I tried to figure out if I had any friends growing up, because there's so much evidence to the contrary. As you'll see, in December it says, sometimes when I'm alone, I make believe that Jody is there. A little weird. This person is a new friend I've made this year, Jody. I like her because she's like me and invisible. She's here now. Just kidding. My favorite one though is in February. It says, in February, I most want to remember Valentine's Day. I most want to forget Ash Wednesday. Lent can be a little out of control when you're 7, you guys. For my next diary, it goes on. This is a nice pink diary. Pick the lock wasn't too hard. Pretty exciting. This I'm writing full sentences, and I'm going to read it in the way that I think I intended it to be read, because I wrote in all caps with no punctuation. I had to tack a nap. It was not fun at all. I have to tack naps, lots of Tims. I hate naps. I have to do the nap for a horror. My mom told me when to get up. I don't lick naps at all. Very dark. Am I Autumn's son? Just now realizing. I love this one from 1992. My hamster is ronking away in his ball. My best friend is my hamster. I have no secrets. I sometimes get mad at my sister and other things like my socks. When I get mad at my socks, I bite them. I have lots of friends.
profile. Your profile, you have to sum up who you are as a person, which is hard to do. They ask you questions, and so it always starts with like, who you are as a person. This woman's like, I'm an adventuresome homebody. Seeks same. I'm like, oh my God, what does it even mean? Are you like running with knitting needles in the kitchen? Like, oh my God, what's gonna happen now? I'm gonna throw a ball for the dog in the dark. I mean, adventuresome homebody, come up with it, and they can't just be like who they are. Like, I'm boring as a bag of rocks, but I'm hell's bells in bed. Like, I would write that woman back, frankly. And someone else today, I was looking at the 7 days thing, and she's like, if you're a Sagittarius, do not respond to this message. Wow, that's intense. And I'm just thinking, just be who you are. Just be honest. I'm like, basically my profile is, this is harder than writing my college essay. Because I'm trying to like, who are you going to be? Like, you keep trying on. So I decided one day, I got bored with being gay. And I thought, well, I could sleep with a man. So I was bisexual for the day. Wow, the difference between men's profiles and women's profiles? Stunning. Unbelievably stunning. First of all, the women take good pictures. The men take pictures like this. They take the selfies because they have long arms. They're like, don't I look good? And they're like taking these pictures, and they're all just like, you can see like their arm in the picture. And it just makes me think, sweetheart, don't you have any friends? It's just, someone should take a picture of you. If you have to do this yourself, and then, what the men do that kills me is they angle their phone, crotch level, purely coincidentally, no, it has nothing to do with, genitalia, and they shoot it up in a mirror so you can see their whole body, which is great. And I realized maybe I'm not really into sleeping with men because I had a bunch of guys message me with their pictures, and I kept thinking, God, your bathroom is so dirty. And that's all I could think about. I'm like, you have like this giant, first of all, if it's a guest bathroom, okay, I'm parsing clearly. I was like, because too much I'm looking around the environment this man lived in. And he had like a dirty, massive bar of soap. A dirty bar of soap. This is a self-cleaning item. Get a little pump thing like the rest of us. I mean, Jesus, I was like, what is wrong with you? And then this guy's all like, and he's taking a picture, and this guy admittedly had a beautiful body, and you don't really see his face, and I'm thinking, well, that's a nice body. And then he shows us other pictures. And okay, here's the thing. If you're a hoarder, that's something you reveal over time. It's a slow process of getting to know you and your bags of shit. This is not something on your first picture, like you look around and I'm like, this guy is a total pig. And the men think it's great, like action shots, like, hey, I'm skiing with my buddies. I'm like, take the helmet off. What do you look like? It is ridiculous. And then this guy, I actually printed out his profile. You know who I'm talking about too, don't you? So this guy messaged me, and his name is Southern Way 69. Really? Is that the best? Really? Southern Way 69. And he starts off, this is just hilarious. And this is his picture. It's just like nipples, really. He's like, my chest is to give you an idea. Ask for a face photo. This is what dating is like, just so you know.
Josie Leavitt. Thank you all so much for coming. Again, please give it up for our amazing musicians. Thank you all for supporting this incredible cause. There's going to be some time to do more big. And I'd like you to bring back to the stage one more time, please, the Vermont Comedy Divas, Josie Leavitt